even if it doesn't come out perfect, force it to come out, because it's also something forcing you not to say it. I want to talk more about God. It is my mission in this world, and if I can help one person literally to build a relationship with God, that is what matters. God, lead this conversation and help me serve your people. So today I had an interview to become a part of the prayer team at my local church, and I'm truly so happy because I feel like for the first time I am ready to have the conversation that we had today, because the prayer coordinators were asking me really deep questions about why did I want to become a part of their team. And honestly, because I'm so confident about God, and because I know that this is my calling in this world, and I'm meant to devote my life entirely to God. 4 years ago, when I was at my lowest, when I felt like I didn't know where my life was gonna go, I just simply didn't have the faith that I do have now. And I know that was the problem. I feel like a lot of answers are found when you find Jesus. It felt so good to have that conversation. And I know that a year ago, I was not prepared to have that conversation. So today I'm feeling so much gratitude that I have arrived here. I believe in my church. I love what they're doing. I love my pastor, and the way that he just speaks, it speaks to my soul. And I feel like that is so important. You have to honestly surround yourself with people that speak to your soul and that help you get closer to God. And honestly, it was through him that I began to understand how important it is to be in these spaces, and that if you feel called to do more, to do so. And honestly, if this is what God wants for me, if God is like, you know what, Natalia, this is exactly what you're meant to be doing at this moment of your life, I want you to be a part of the prayer team, I know that it will happen. And I want to tell you a story, because this is something that makes me so happy, because I have finally reunited with God. And I feel like this has been a moment that I have been waiting for, because when you ever feel like God has abandoned you, that's not true. The problem is not God, the problem is you. And this problem was me back then. And I was the one that abandoned him. And so the story that I want to tell you is that one of my favorite memories growing up was the fact that me and my family always prayed together every single night. And when we moved to United States, we moved to Florida, I have been here already for over 14 years, we stopped doing that as a family. So I remember that I struggled to pray to the point that I began to forget my prayer that I knew by heart, that I always did every single day. And that was so frustrating to me. And I was so afraid to tell my mom that I forgot how to pray, that I forgot how the prayer went. And I also began to do stupid things. I began to surround myself with people that were not good. I honestly take full responsibility for that, because it was me. I made those choices. Nobody made me. However, there was such a darkness that lived inside of me that I completely abandoned God for so many years, and I was fighting to get it back. But sometimes I didn't fight hard enough. That's the truth. You know, there was something inside of me that was telling me, do not pray. It doesn't work. You see, you forgot the prayer. And honestly, like, it won. That voice won for many years, until I chose that I was sick and tired of my own crap. And honestly, it was time. It was time to do something about it. I could no longer continue to live the way that I was living. I had such bad habits. I didn't eat well. I didn't work out. I drank too much for my own good. I had recently just stopped smoking because I honestly got completely addicted. I know that not everybody gets addicted to marijuana. However, I got addicted, and it was really, really bad. And I was no longer just thinking about marijuana. I was already thinking about what to do next. And that's when I knew that I was not okay. And for so long, honestly, I would wake up and there was nothing in my head. It would just be blank, or just negativity or anxiety. And who wants to live like that? And when you realize that you have more control than you think, that you can't let your emotions or your past to control you, when you realize that all you need really is God, and if you make the effort to build a relationship with Him, all the answers are found there. And so even though a lot of times I honestly felt like I was not praying right, I continued to do it, and I had to force myself. I would fall asleep during my prayer. Honestly, a lot of things happened, but I kept going. And there was a year, I think it was 2022, that I really began to implement prayer as a part of my lifestyle, as a part of who I am. And then in 2023, I realized that I had done it for an entire year. And then now I'm like this with God, like this. And now my purpose is to help other people build a relationship with Him. And it's so important to tell your testimony. There's so many people that still need to be saved, that there's still so many people that need to hear your story. Honestly, I'm mind blown that I have arrived here. I want you to know that if you're feeling lost, or you don't know where to start with building a relationship with God, start with prayer. God really loves, and you will also find your voice through prayer. You will learn more about your heart, your intentions, and you can also ask God what He wants from you. God, keep putting in front of me what you need me to do for you today. And when I see it, let me recognize it, because I do not want to miss it. Damon West said that in a podcast that I'm going to share with you. And it changed my life, because I was so obsessed with myself, with my problems. I was so selfish, and I had my priorities all wrong. And so when I began to put God in first place as my priority, that's when things began to change. It was an effort. And every single day I would say that. And I would also tell God, like, man, honestly, I feel like today I completely missed the point. What I want you to know is to not give up. Start with prayer and you will surprise yourself. I wanted to share that with you because it took a very long time for me to be here. And I am so grateful that I'm here. I'm so blessed. And I want to help other people just like you, if that's you, to get closer to God. So if there's anything that I can help you with, if there's anything that I can pray over for you, tell me. Wishing you a beautiful day.